growing up, one of my favorite movies was The Wizard of Oz. Who could forget this classic scene?
The great Oz has spoken. Oh, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
While the movie was obviously a work of fiction, just take a look at how that scene applies today to our current president, especially when it comes to misleading the American people. One of the first examples of this was when Barack Obama bowed to the Saudi king. I really don't care if he bowed or not. I know he did because I saw it on video. What I do care about is that to this day, he continues to lie about it. Who could forget what he said when he was asked on the campaign trail if he would use presidential signing statements like George Bush has? Remember what he said?
But this is part of the whole theory of George Bush, that he can make laws as he's going along. I disagree with that. I taught the Constitution for 10 years. I believe in the Constitution, and I will obey the Constitution of the United States. We're not going to use signing statements as a way of doing an end run around Congress.
At one point, he said, we're not going to use signing statements to do an end run around Congress. So why the change in position now?
Well, let me make very clear what the president's position, what the position he took during the campaign, because it's been a little bit misunderstood, although most of the folks who reported on this over the weekend got it right. He never said he was opposed entirely to signing statements.
We're not going to use signing statements as a way of doing an end run around Congress.
So pay no attention to the man using presidential signing statements as an end run around Congress. In fact, according to spokesman Jay Carney, he never even said that, even though he did. Then there was the recent statement by Barack Obama that the private sector was doing just fine. Let's take a look and see how we all got it wrong on that one.
Saying that you're blaming the Europeans for the failures of your own policies.
The truth of the matter is that, as I said, we've created 4.3 million jobs over the last 27 months. Over 800,000 just this year alone. The private sector is doing fine.
What the president has said is that we need to take some urgent action, and he's called on Congress to do that. They've sat on their hands thus far. They're more eager to have a debate over. They're more eager to have a debate over an out-of-context clause in his remarks than the substance of what he said.
But the private sector is doing fine.
Poor President Obama. He sure seems to get taken out of context a lot, doesn't he? Even when you repeat his words verbatim, somehow it's out of context. In his recent speech, where he rambled on and on about how nobody really starts their own business, now somehow we all got that wrong too. Listen to this.
You got a business. You didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Cutter, Deputy Campaign Manager at Obama for America. Mitt Romney recently launched a new TV ad that blatantly twists President Obama's words on small business owners and entrepreneurs. Romney's not telling the truth about what the president said and is taking the president's words out of context. Romney claims the president told entrepreneurs they didn't build their own businesses. Actually, he didn't say that.
You got a business. You didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
For a man who's blamed everybody but himself for 3.5 years of failed policies, you would think that this man could actually accept responsibility, at least for his own words. Unfortunately, that's not the case. In fact, these were all also out of context.
I have said repeatedly that I intend to close Guantanamo, and I will follow through on that. I had an uncle who was one of the who was part of the first American troops to go into Auschwitz and liberate the concentration camps. When there's a bill that ends up on my desk as president, you, the public, will have 5 days to look online and find out what's in it before I sign it.
The great Oz has spoken. Oh, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
So just remember, if you see something or hear something that just doesn't sound right, pay no attention to the man behind the green curtain. Thanks for